Hey y'all, Frankie here. And so in today's video, I want to talk about how much you need to live in your van, on the road. I'm not saying that I'm an expert. I'm just going to share with you how much I've saved in preparation for living in my van or living out of my van on the road for a year. Now, many of you, I started watching van dwelling, or I was led to the van dwelling community because they suggested first Bob Wells. And in this video, which I'm sharing for information purposes only, I believe this video is from 2017, but even in some of Bob Wells' later stuff like 2018 and 2019, he always gives an amount of how much you need to live out of your van or to make a van your home. I'm talking over Bob Wells. Sorry, and I will play let's see if I can play the credits, or not the credits, but the copy so you can read the words, but I can't. But anyway, Bob Wells in this video, he gives, and let's try to see why a van and not an RV. So he gives some of the pros and cons of why a van and not an RV. And for me, it was a no-brainer. I don't want to live in an RV. Basically, he's saying, and let me try to freeze frame this. Hold up. Okay, so basically he's saying the more money you need to live, the less free you are. So an older RV, it costs a lot of money for the repairs and things like that. I've shared that I have a 1998 Dodge Caravan. It has 78 or maybe it's 79,000 miles now. And interesting enough, and first of all, thank you to the new subscribers. And I was talking to someone who subscribed to my channel, and she's a van dweller, and she's also subscribed to a lot of van dwelling channels. And I told her, why don't you start a YouTube channel? But we'll talk about that another day. She wasn't ready to do that because she had her reasons for not doing it. But we talked about our vans, and she told me that she purchased a new van. I believe her van is I want to say 2018 van. She said the reason why she purchased that van is because she, as a woman, she didn't feel comfortable with an older model van hitting the road. She wanted to make sure that at least it would, it would last or whatever. And I'm not sharing her name or anything, so I'm not sharing any of her personal information. She doesn't even have a YouTube channel, and I think she would be okay with me sharing this information to help other van dwellers. But anyway, she shared that that's the reason why she bought a new van. And she was like, she would be scared to buy an older van. Well, I shared with her, and I want to share with you the reason why I purchased a older van. For one, it purchased me, really. I was like taking my truck, which I still own, to a repair shop, and that van was across the street at a car dealership. And it was kind of like something I did on a whim. But the van, wait a second. It has, like I said, 78,000 miles. And I was sure to get it checked out before I purchased it. It had one owner. It was owned by a local TV station here. Now, this TV station probably hadn't used that van in 20 years. They probably just had it parked on a lot somewhere. And I got the title, and they were the only other, or I should say the report or whatever. They were the only other owner. And so I feel really good about the van based on the report I've got and based on the way the van drives. But I also want to share that I knew since 2018, and even really before that, since 2017, I have been planning to go on a road trip in my van. That's what I wanted to do, live out of my van. And I was going to go to Morocco with my friend. My friend right now, he's in Ethiopia, but I was going to go to Morocco on a trip that I had paid for a long time, and that trip was like $3,000. Then now they're in Ethiopia right now. That trip was $5,000, and I thought, that's That's not crazy to pay that amount, but I thought I would rather do some stuff in America for over a year than to pay. So I saved up $10,000 to be able to live out of my van, travel anywhere I want. Now, if it works out, I'll get a different van. I'll get a van that, you know, maybe it's bigger or whatever, but for right now, I didn't want that kind of van. You all know, as I shared, and if you haven't watched my videos, go back and watch it. And I shared that on July 31st, that's my last day in this room that I'm currently living in. Well, sharing with you why I am leaving this room. So here's a video where I share my room that I currently live in. I apologize if you can hear that. Let me try to silence the video. Okay, so I apologize if you were able to hear the video. But here's the video where I shared the room I'm currently living in. And I really didn't have a plan to give up this room until my room, the person who I rent a room from, decided not to renew the lease. And so I'm perfectly fine with that, saving even more money. But as I was sharing with this person who subscribed to my channel, like I was telling her, you would be a fool to get on the road with an older model vehicle if you didn't have a savings. And like I said, I knew that I wanted to do this for 2-3 years. I knew that. And so I had already downsized. I had where I lived at prior to renting this room, I had stuff, I had material, I sold it all off. And everything that I sold off, I put toward my fund to be able to travel for a year. Now, I work online, so I'm going to continually be making money. But one of the things about working online is people think, oh, you work online, so you can do whatever. And no, you can't. It's the same kind of, I would say, not stress factors, but it's the same. It takes the same commitment. So for those of you out there who go to I'm showing a video in the background of my room. You go to a room, you go to a job. It's the same commitment. You get up in the morning and you work, and you work your 8 hours. And then in case of working for yourself or working online, you work longer than 8 hours. So it's the same thing. You're exhausted when you get off. Although I am a digital nomad and I can work from any place in the world, it's a lot. It's a lot. So I just want to say, if you are buying an older vehicle, just as Bob Will has suggested, you have to save up. Now, I think Bob Wills tells people you need, for a minivan, you need about $3,000 to $5,000. And I think he says for a RV, you need about $10,000, because as I shared with this person who subscribed to my channel, if my van breaks down, just say if the engine or the transmission goes out, which are the major things, which I don't think will happen with a van that has 78,000 miles, but it could be anything, a $700 repair. I'm going to be able to repay that cost. I'm going to be able to get me a hotel. And to be honest, I'm going to get me a hotel every now and again when I'm on the road, or I'm going to stay at a campground. Because as we know, no one blueprint fits all. And I guess the Bob Wills blueprint is, a lot of people who follow him, myself included, they go and they stay on BLM land for 14 days. For me, I don't want to stay on BLM land. I want to stay on BLM land when I go to the RTR, and when I'm with the big group. And also, if I break off into a caravan, I don't mind staying on BLM land. But if it's just me traveling by myself, I'm going to stay on campgrounds. And also, every now and again, like where I'm at right now, it's like 90 something degrees, which is really hot. And if I wasn't indoors, and it depends, I may get I might get a room. I'm talking about like a hotel room or something like that. If the temperature soars to 100 degrees or something like that, I might. And that's one of the reasons. Wait a minute, it's re-showing the video. Let me stop this. So I'm back on Bob Will's video. But yes, I may get a room or whatever. There's no blueprint. For me, I'm going to get a storage. When I leave this room, I have to be out of here on July 31st. I am going to get a storage. Now, I have family members in this town. I got a lot of family members and friends who've said, oh, you can come and stay here or you can do this. And here's the thing. I am an introvert. I love my family. I love spending time with my family. It's like the best thing in the world to spend time with my family and also my friends. But I don't like living with people. I don't. This roommate situation that I have here, it's been it's like it's my own place because my roommate, or it's not even a roommate, the person I'm renting a room from, he's never here. And so it's like pretty much I have free reign the entire unit. And as a writer, I need a lot of quiet time. And it's very different moving in with a family, your family. When they have kids, they may have a husband, they may have a boyfriend, they may have their own friends, or they do have their own friends. And it's a lot of coming and going. And so that's not me, I should say. That's not something that I'm interested in doing, and being in a household with a lot of people. Even if I have my own private room and my family is respectful and I know they will respect me having my room, but I'm going to enjoy interacting with them. And I think living with somebody, I'm getting away from why I decided to do this in the first place, which is for freedom, to travel, to explore, to not be cooped up. That's my reason for doing this van dwelling, is because I had just gotten comfortable with my life. And just because you are a freelancer and you don't go into a job, you still can get very comfortable with your town, with your family, with your city. So that's my reason for doing it. And so while I am in my hometown, yes, I will visit my family members, go over there, cook me some food, cook us some food. I will go over there and take a shower. I do have the Planet Fitness membership, so I can go to the Planet Fitness. But if I'm being honest, who wants to go to, I like going to Planet Fitness. I'll walk on a treadmill in there every now and again. But who wants to go to a public shower? Like at a campground, I will do it. Who wants to use a public bathroom? I will do it. Like my van, I'm happy. I use my bucket for peeing, but I don't want to use it for anything else. And so that's some of the things that I'm struggling with. And so that's why I do enjoy a room. But as far as living with somebody in a family atmosphere, like it being like with your family, and we just have such good times. I was just over there the other day because my cousin, she had a landmark birthday. So we were over there and we were barbecuing. We just had so much fun. And I love them and I love spending time with them. But I do not want to it's not renting a room, because which I would end up giving my family, anybody that I would stay with. I would never stay with somebody and not give them something, because I understand that each household, everybody can use extra money. But again, that's just not me to live with somebody. I have enjoyed this roommate situation because he is never here, but I'm not going to enjoy living with my family. My mother, who is elderly, I just know, like being in my hometown, it's never going to be a situation where I don't have a place to take a shower. I don't have a place to get out the heat. I don't have a place to go use the restroom. But again, that's not something I want. If I wanted that, I would just get me another room, or rent another room where I have complete privacy and whatever. But I don't want it. I want the freedom. So back to the cost. I saved up $10,000. It was a result of like me selling some of my stuff, also me working and just putting things away, also me taking extra work. You know how sometimes you have a lot of work that comes your way and you don't take everything, but I was taking everything because I knew with me turning 50, I wanted the opportunity to like turn down work, not work as hard as I'm used to working. And so that's why I'm excited. But I think that anybody that gets into a van, an older van, even if you got a even if it's not, like my van is a 1998, but even if it's not an older van, your tires are going to wear out, your brakes are going to wear out, things are going to wear out on your van. If you like me, like I'm a minimalist, but I do like to splurge, every now and then. When I say splurge, I'm not talking about spend a lot of money on what some might consider frivolous things. I'm just saying, like, I might want to get out to eat, I might want to go to a casino, I might want to, just do a lot of different things. Go to museums, go to places that cost money, go to a winery or something like that. And I want to have the money to do it. And so that's the reason why I've saved that amount of money. And so that's just what I want to share. I see a lot of van dwelling channels, and I see these channels and a lot of people. I was watching this one van dweller the other day, and he was like, man, he's working, or he's going to work, and he was like, man, if I had the money, I would just leave right now. He was like, wow, I would just leave right now. And so that's the thing about van life. If you want to do van life, if you prepare, obviously anything can go wrong with the best plans or whatever, but you need to save. You really do need to save. And if that means you gotta grind, you gotta work. Some days I work from the time the sun comes up to the time the sun goes down, because I know what my goals are starting in August, what I want to do. And so that's what I've been doing. I want to bring y'all a video. Let's see. I want to say every day leading up to my birthday party on YouTube in August. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I just like interacting with other van dwellers and RVers, because that's the way we learn, we communicate, and we learn different things. So I want to ask you all, tell me in the comments, have you saved up? Are you living in a van? And if so, or an RV, if so, have you saved up? You don't have to say how much you saved up. And if not, if you haven't saved up, what are you going to do in the case of an emergency? Are you going to be able to work on the road? What's your story? I've also talked to another van dweller, and she's going to stay in the town that she lives in. She works 2 jobs, and she says she's just going to, stay in the town that she lives in. So that's an option. But anyway, I want you all to take the joy route. Always, always, always take the joy route. And let me know in the comments if you live in a van or RV, and have you saved up, have you prepared. Thank you to the new subscribers and the ones who've been around. I don't have a lot of subscribers, but I'm thankful for each and every one of you. Please, if you aren't subscribed, subscribe. Hit the like button, and most importantly, take the joy route. This is Frankie.